What up, my fans? I'm back with another video. Not reviewing the rank arc of Bleach right now. I want to continue the rank arc, but I'm following the episode order. Pardon me. Now, this is the new Captain arc. So I don't get, most likely because the Rank arc was not yet finished in the manga at the time the anime released. At the time this arc, at the time the previous part of the arc's conclusion. So yeah. Now, this arc was good, but a bit disjointed. Let's just explain the differences. Anyway, there's a difference here. It went from 4:3 ratio to 16:8. I think that's right. It just changed ratios. It went from this to this. It's not exactly widescreen, it's still black at some parts, but, well, yeah, you can notice some designs are slightly different. Again, I did like this arc, but I wish they released this arc after the Arankar arc, because that's literally the next arc. So yeah. Now this arc could have made up for taking for the whole Arankar, it being released before the conclusion of the Arankar arc, by having this be set before that event, in between. Like, just in between. It'd been easier to set before the Arankar arc, before that event even started. But luckily they don't mention anything that's happening in the Arankar arc to spoil anything. Everyone seems okay, but it spoils how, like, everyone's alive and well. Myself probably could not be mentioned. I don't know if it's get brought up again in a future episode. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, said takes place. It takes place after the Arankar arc. The only mention of Aizen and his two followers is a little bit. Is in episode 1, but it's not mentioned anything of what we did last time. So, to see the conclusion of what happened, we gotta wait till next time. So anyway, I'll be back with note. So, yeah. Let's see. So the arc opens up in a Soul Society, where head captain Yamagata announces one of the new captain of Squad 3, the squad that was run by Gin Ichimaru. Now, most of the characters don't get much focus throughout the arc. Hell, even Renji's supposed to say, "Oh, the opening's a freaking lie." It's a similar to the Yu-Gi-Oh opening. Anime openings for Shonen Jump anime always have openings based on specific arcs. Like, it's supposed to be show what arcs they're directed up to. Like Demon Slayer, Season 1 adapts from the first arc, the final selection, all the way up to the Rehabilitators and Training arc. That's Season 1. The movie on Season 2 adapts the Mugen Train arc, and the second one of Season 2 that's the Entertainment District arc. Openings that symbolize the arcs and some events. But the opening slightly lies. I'll mention more about this later. So yeah. Anyway, the new captain is Shusuke Amagai. I don't know if I said that right. Seems like a nice guy. Carries two Zombat toes. It's interesting. By the way, if you want to watch all episodes of Bleach, then watch them on Disney Plus if you want a dub only viewer. But don't watch it subbed. The subtitles can not out exactly line up to the dialogue properly. I mentioned this before, but the subs, right, they stop before the dialogue even begins. A few seconds. And I have experience with that, at least with episode 1. I mean, this is Disney's first time having a Japanese an anime with the option of watching either English or Japanese. Well, you can watch the like Future Avengers and Star Wars Visions in Japanese if you want to. This is the first one property they ever releasing on the platform. Oh, I want to mention one more thing. UK audiences, get ready for Friday. Because we got the release of One Piece Film Red in UK cinemas. It's true. I actually saw the trailer I literally saw that trailer. Not online. I was watching I saw him when I went to see Black Adam the other day. On Monday, for God's sake. I missed most of Halloween that day. Which is good, I hate Halloween. So yeah, before the film began, they always have these, like the first half are just commercials for all types of stuff. While the second half is dedicated to trailers for upcoming films and upcoming films. And One Piece Film Red was in there. So it's most likely come to View Cinema, and I really, really want to watch it. There'll be some mentions of things that had not yet happened. But again, if you're watching as a double viewer, you will get confused by most of the things they mention. You probably won't have them on the news since there are not much episodes being dubbed yet. But Jinbei's a part of the crew. Get me? So, anyway. Alright, since Jinbei's not part of the crew in that movie, well, must have been development since Jinbei joined the crew earlier this year. Only a couple months ago he joined the crew. Alright, well I'll let you know, and I really want to see an anime film in cinemas. I not once ever saw an anime film in cinemas. Not once. And I really want to see an anime on the big screen. As it brings my idiotic parent, mum, and her boyfriend to actually remember to get tickets for it. I mentioned it so many times, but they always forget it. Annoying. I'm a move track again, I'm sorry. This happens a lot. Can't stop it. Anyway, back to the review. So, the whole episode is dedicated to him being proven when he's got to the new squad. And Lieutenant Kira, or Kira, whatever, trusted him. He seems like a good man, but they mentioned earlier that he was recommended to be a captain by some. He was acknowledged by 3 captains to become one, but they never reveal who they are. It's kept a mystery. Oh, not even the captains we know about this. So yeah, I've been suspicious from the beginning. Like, even after what happens later, a little bit later, I was still suspicious. Oh, because the last captain I was a nice guy. Turned out to be a real asshole, a bad guy. I obviously talking about Shusuke Aizen. So, oh yeah. A lot of things being mysterious. Someone's trying to say it, like the Captain Amagai put in a request for the secretary to not activate the secretary while they're biting some minerals in the air. But yet the request was ignored, causing them to be killed. That's mysterious. By the way, he also has a trusty right-hand man who was a part of the 13th seating. You know, he's part of the 13 Cold Guard squad. Rank 3, he's a third seat. Very high member, probably. He's nice. Now, this is why part 1 say it's very disconnected at the start. You see, hell, the new captain part is not really focused on much. It gets 1 or 2 episodes in during the whole main event of the back in the living world. Alright, speaking of the living world, Ichigo wakes up in bed, everything seems alright, like it's normal. You know, his family are normal. I'm curious though. That joke, what about what Ishii said? Ishin, you know? Back during when they get about when Ichigo's going through some tough times with the whole thing. During the whole process of the Uranko arc. Yeah, a little bit early on. Ishii mentions he went to high school. Most likely a lie. He must have fabricated a lot of the story. He says he mentioned he was in middle school, high school stuff. But here's the ring. How come no one's heard of Ishin Kurosaki? Granted, his name could have changed. Like I think Kurosaki comes from Ichigo's mother, not Ishin. So I assume that Ishin has a different name back in the day. That's why no one recognized the name Kurosaki. You hear me? Because, well, if his original name was Kurosaki, this would make no sense. And yeah. How does Soiba get a job as a doctor? Why did he get a job as a doctor in the first place? And how did he meet Ichigo's mother? Young Ichigo does return in this arc. You know, for an interesting moment for the character. But I'll get to that a little bit later. So, yeah. Everything's normal. Everyone's going to... It's just a normal day for each of the characters. Alright, the first ending of this arc, part of the arc, actually has cut, like, in the ending, the first version of the ending, the other one, the different ending, used a little bit later, the last part of the arc. What I mean is, because, well, in that version, in the first ending of this arc, like, it's focused on Orihime a bit, and when we zoom up from her perspective onto the characters, onto her friends, Tatsuki's there, part of the main group. It's like she's going to be joining the main group or something. Or, like, foreshadowing. She's the main character, yes, but she's not by, but she could be joining the main group as someone who knows in the secret. Ichigo did promise to tell them the whole story, promise to tell Kari the whole story. But he hasn't, has he? So yeah, promised to tell the whole story, but she hasn't. So yeah. Anyway, there are hollows going about. We don't focus much on Orihime, Chad, and Uryu. They're not going to be focused on for a bit. They do get their own great... Chad and Uryu get their own good battles, Orihime doesn't, but she does prove... She does prove she's good, getting better at fighting with her powers. But not attacking people, most specifically. She's not attacking people, though. So, anyway, hollows show up. So, Ichigo Ichigo and Rukia try to take them all down. There are so many. Meanwhile, two mysterious men with a kid, young girl, appear in the world of living. Two of them seem to be soul reapers. Anyway, in the battle, Ichigo gets confronted by the young girl who runs away. And well, yeah, those two men come take her away. They say they don't know who she is. Ichigo does his best to describe them, but not even Rukia knows about that stuff. Alright, so fun moments I agree with Ichigo a little bit later with something he says. And yeah, I really do agree with him with this part. Anyway. I mean, that girl seems to take a good liking to Ichigo. Anyway. So, yeah. Little detail earlier. Ichigo's neighbor has moved out. Anyway, so new people moved in, and turns out it's the same people from earlier. Ichigo and Rukia do try confronting them with questions, but they refuse to answer them. Once a guy voiced by Roger Smith in the dub. Yeah, doesn't talk much. Barely. But these two are good idiots in a way. Now, I've been noticing something. I know I'm not imagining this. Compared to episode 1 to a few episodes later, you see Ichigo's design slightly changed. Like, there's a slight change in design. You can tell. Maybe because the animation slightly changed over the years or something. It's similar to when Ichiro Oda's One Piece. How they look pre-time skip to towards the end of the pre-time skip era. There's slight difference in designs. It's like that. And similar to Toriyama as well. Look how he drew Dragon Ball Z at the beginning, but as the series continued, the style started to change. So, yeah. It's like that, you know? Anyway, they get, and turns out those be in their school. Bonus house. Actually, this young girl is a princess of a well-known clan. Sims. After the whole shenanigans got to know each other. The two soul reapers are pretty protective of the young girl. Well, as I said, it's a princess, actually. She's the princess of a clan. After battling halls one night on the rooftops, more simply battling on some type of assassin, they reveal the truth about her being a princess. Rukia seems to recognize their name now. Recognize their noble family. And they just recognize her name, Rukia Kuchiki, after Kuchiki clan. And I agree with Ichigo on this point. They only just now noticed the names. They didn't even notice them earlier. I do agree with Ichigo. It doesn't make any sense. Did they just forget to? Maybe they were just focused on other things that they went through one year. What was that saying? Went through 1 year, went out the other. I think that's the right saying. So they asked Ichigo and friends for help they want him to be a bodyguard. He agrees. So basically, someone's trying to kill her to take the power of the head of the clan. And he's a greedy old man who's behind some terrible people. There's a lot of things going on in Soul Society. Lieutenant Akira is suspecting the third seat guy or something after seeing a bit of his person after him trying to kill one of his comrades during battle. So yeah, it's interesting. There's nothing going on in the Soul Society, but again, it feels mostly disconnected from the story here. It's supposed to lead, it leads together for the finale, for the last part of the arc, but it's just separate though. I feel like two separate stories, two separate arcs. Like, I think when you catch an arc should not included this girl and stuff. No, I think it should have, just focused on the new captain, as hence the new captain arc. But he's not really focused on much. Also, he's a lightweight when it comes to drinking. So yeah, I think that should be a separate arc. Focus on the other characters for a change instead of Ichigo. You know, as they all preparing for the Arankar War. Have this arc could have been taking place during the events of the Arankar arc when Ichigo and friends head to Waco Mudo. You get me? That could have been much better than this idea. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, she doesn't. Anyway, the girl doesn't know that the assassin's after her. So, they encounter 4 assassins with powerful weapons. Ichigo, Uryu, Chad, and Rukia end up facing them. Now, they faced the assassins before with similar weapons. These swords are dangerous. Chad, Uryu, and Rukia managed to win their fights. Well, Ichigo did win his. Rukia won hers, but her opponent died because of the weapon. Basically, it consumes your spirit energy. If you use so much of it, you'll die. So, yeah. Like that. So yeah, that Rukia's opponent died from it. So, Ichigo ends up battling the guy. Young gets up, remember who this is. This is what I mentioned earlier. Now, young Ichigo talks about making him in a mirror world, making him relive the most painful memories. He even remember his mother's death, which Ichigo's doubts about. When Ichigo consciously clear up the whole thing that happened back during the battle against Grand Fisher in the first arc. Because that feels like a lifetime ago now. Anyway, no, young Ichigo actually has a different voice now. Earlier on, in his early appearance, he was voiced by the same actress that played Izzy in Digimon, who also played a few female characters in South Park, like Mrs. Farfowski, Mrs. Cartman. I'm not sure about Sharon, but you get the picture. She's a well-known actress. But now she's been replaced with Johnny Young Bosch as young Ichigo. I don't mind the change, but why? It's kind of pointless. And I think she's still in the arc, playing another character. I just think that was just a little pointless change in the voice. I don't know, young Ichigo doesn't appear so much. So, keeping it on, like, seriously. They should have just had Johnny Young Bosch play young Ichigo from the start. Then again, maybe because he didn't have experience playing young characters at the time. Bleach came out in the 2000s, like, around the mid to late 2000s or something. So yeah, but I think his first young character was Yokai Watch in the 2010s. I think I'm not sure really. Like, I think he just was used to playing all the characters, but when this episode and this arc released, he already had more experience playing child characters. So, well, because the actress was busy, mostly it was South Park and stuff. Honestly, because she was South Park. Also, I don't know. She wasn't available. That's why John Your Boss played young Ichigo. That's my guess. Anyway, that pisses Ichigo off when he breaks out and bites him. His opponent's consumed by his own weapon. The Chant and Uryu are injured, so Orihime heals him. Causes the young maiden the princess to run off back to the Soul Society because she blames herself for not getting hurt. So Ichigo, Rukia, and the two bodyguards Sombras chase after her. Alright. The guy was Roger Smith, I think that's him. So, is Zanbakuto is pretty useless. And it's flowers and they're just annoying, they get stuck to you or something. It's pretty useless. I bet they can be useful a little bit later. So yeah, there's a whole dilemma going on with the 13 Cost Squad. Clan cannot be investigated. So yeah, again arrive. They've been before, because she went back to go to a tea party for a friend that's getting married. It was played by Stephanie Sher as well. So Orihime stays behind to heal Chad and Uryu. She's got a lot bad, and the new designs aren't bad. I don't know why Tatsuki's in the ending. She's not really much focused. Like, she's not a member of the main group. I know it's Orihime's friend, but that's not what I mean. Like, think of the other endings the characters appeared in. It's always, think of the previous endings. It's just the only fight, just Ichigo, Rukia, Uryu, Chad, and Orihime. So Tatsuki was added just in this ending. And again, I didn't watch all the other endings, but still. And this is where, so it's finally time for the uphill arcs to connect. Venus. She's supposed to get married. They managed to crash the wedding. But it turns out something's wrong with her. And there was a trap set out by that crazy old man. So it was believed that Ichigo and Rukia are traitors ruined this wedding. So yeah, Ichigo ends up buying a soy phone thanks to Rukia. The two managed to escape now. But it helps him to find out something. The princess was actually a fake assassin in disguise. So I must find her. Little sword alert. It's gonna be tough. It's not like the Soul Society arc, where they had to battle for a few Soul Reapers. So Ichigo didn't battle for all of them. Everyone's in the spring what's going on. Yakuya gives command of the squad to Renji. I think Byakuya knows Ichigo will never do something without a reason. And Renji knows that too. And soon as Captain Kuchi, he said he's in charge of the squad, will lead the squad for this invasion. He knew what exactly he meant. Renji knows his captain too well. He may not show it. Byakuya Kuchiki is a good person. Bit of a dick most of the time, no? You mean, during the bound talk, he didn't care if Ichigo was in the way or not. You did have a funny moment in the Soul Society arc. Anyway. After speaking out, they end up confronting Captain Shusuke. Captain Shusuke. Let's call him Shusuke. Ichigo battles Shusuke, but he decides to let him hear the story out. That's one thing. He decides to help him out. The whole suspicions going on with his lieutenant. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Akira figures the truth. Ends up battling the traitor, who just wants nothing but power and is consumed by it. He had a great fight, by the way. Great focus on him. Because this is great character development for him. He shows doubt in himself when he tied to the arc. You know, because of what happened with Gin Ichimaru. Because of what happened with Gin. He was weak back then, but now he's able to resist. He's growing stronger. I like that, even though he's not really focused on much of the stories. You know, he's absent for most of the arcs. You haven't had a brilliant moment until you haven't had a great moment where you get to see Zanbakuto more in action. I was hoping some of the characters will learn Bankai. Like, I know Rukia will earn her own Bankai. After all. Thanks to Jump Ball spoiling it. Hey. After eventually makes his allegiance clear, he gets the evidence and goes off to show it to the head captain Yamimura, the head captain. I'm just gonna say now. The captain is head captain. The head captain declares that there's a new that the threat that each girlfriends are not a threat right now. Possibly they're not traitors. But after some conversation, the troopers realized it was not a sneaky old man's plan. He couldn't do anything himself do anything against the clan without evidence. But with each girl's rival, that actually helped out. It proves how much he trusts in each girl's abilities, even though they don't interact much. Which I like. It's actually pretty clever. He trusts in each girl's abilities without him saying it. Like, he didn't show signs of it, but he was being... That's how clever he is. So, after rescuing the princess, it reveals that Shusuke is a traitor. And, well, they end up tracking him to where head captain Yamagoto is. They say Shusuke wants to kill the head captain because he killed his own father. So, but Ichigo stops and they end up fighting him. With Ichigo coming out on top, when the whole troop is revealed to him. The truth is that the reason he had to be killed is because he was possessed by the power of the sword, forcibly. Head Captain Yamagoto trusted him when he volunteered to go and sneak in to break out the secret research, but he was captured and forced to sword on. He is happy that his master managed to beat him. Showing how much trust there is. That makes Shusuke really that makes Shusuke realize his horror fame. But he dies with dignity by committing suicide. Very emotional moment. But let's just really help the characters go on. Ichigo and Rukia make their goodbyes. So they head back home. Things will be different now. The memorial of the captain of Shusuke. Now then, I just realized Shusuke, there's similar names, just with one letter in between. So all characters with Shusuke in their name, even with an extra letter, are mad people. Are gonna betray us. This might be a joke, but anyway, I did enjoy the arc, but again, a bit of a disconnect. So also a bit disconnected from the whole story. The two stories seem disconnected from each other. Not a single amount of connection. I think those ideas that should be separate arcs in a way. Separate parts. And should be after the Rancor arc. So what happened to Now and the others? Where are they? It's probably not canon. They don't mention anything about what happened about Now and the others. They don't mention anything that's happened to Waco Mudo. Smart choice. Because they don't want to spoil what's going to happen next. So next time, guys, next time on Bleach, we'll be back to the Rancor arc. I just hope it's the final part. I should check. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please hit the like button. Want to see more, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, be up to date with news that comes out in the future. Until next time, guys. By the way, on my main channel, I think about doing some 2 movie reviews tonight. The live-action Bleach movie and the Death Note movie. So again, until next time, Kyo Phoenix out.